Welcome back, everybody. Phil, the Issues Guy. We're going to be talking about the People vs. O.J. Simpson American Crime Story, Episode 3, The Dream Team. No, not that Michael Keaton, Christopher Lloyd, and Peter Boyle movie. That movie's fucking awesome. But we're going to be talking about the O.J. Simpson episode tonight. Now, first off, this was my favorite episode of the season. I feel like this one had the most of what I wanted, the least of O.J., the more of the focus on the lawyers, putting the case together, everything that was going on around the case, learning a little bit of new information I didn't know because of things that got kept out of the public eye, and some excellent performances by our top actors on the show. The MVPs of the episodes keep being Marcia Clark, played by Sarah Paulson, and Johnny Cochran, played by Courtney B. Vance. These two just bring so much to every single episode, and I cannot wait for every scene they are in. This whole episode is framed around both of their narratives. Travolta, again, has another huge episode, and he's extremely strong in this episode. This was probably his best episode. I feel like they did a great job in the Dream Team setting up who our best players were and then letting them do the work. The episode also sets up excellently how the prosecution faced certain hurdles from the press, from some of the people that they thought they were going to put on the stand that just went to the press for money, for a payday in this situation. Just a hotbed of craziness that was going on that they were facing when they thought initially that this case was a slam dunk. We get a lot of focus on how Bob Shapiro took so many of the people that were going around talking shit about the case and actually hired them. Was like, oh, that person's talking a lot of shit about us in the press. What's the way to handle this guy? Oh, let's hire him. And to top it all off, one of my favorite aspects of the episode was Nathan Lane being introduced. Now, I love Nathan Lane. I loved him in comedic roles, playing these over-the-top characters. I love him in musical theater. It's really fun to see him stretch his acting chops here and really do an exceptional job at portraying F. Lee Bailey. I mean, I've seen F. Lee Bailey. I've seen the O.J. trial. I've seen what he looks like, how he talks, his mannerisms, and he captures it perfectly. It's really quite awesome watching him work, and I can't wait to see some of the future things that happen in the trial and see Nathan Lane have to pull off those kind of things. It's really exciting to get to see someone like Nathan Lane working, and that's the exceptional thing about this show. You just have people, so many great actors working together, and it's really coming together perfectly. I've been kind of difficult or hard on Cuba Gooding Jr. in his performance of O.J. in the first couple of episodes. He does a much better job in a much smaller role in this particular episode. He isn't in it a ton, but when he's in it, he gives some really great moments, and you see his ability as an actor come out, especially at the end when he's talking to Cochran. That's one of the finest performances I've seen out of Cuba in a while. He just truly gets so emotional and leaves it all out on the table. And I think he brings it to the level of the other actors around him. So I feel like we're building a huge case. This dream team, essentially, what it's coming into is just a lot of great actors working together. And I can't wait to see more of the relationship between John Travolta's character and Courtney B. Vance's character, Bob Shapiro and Johnny Cochran. Knowing a little bit of the history, knowing that they had some waves, you can see it almost coming in the episode, and it's right about there. And I just can't wait to see it. I love how Johnny Cochran, how Courtney B. Vance plays this, how he's called to by this case, how they play it off like that, how everything in his life is telling him he needs to work on this case. And he plays that journey really well in the show. I can't say enough good things about him. And then we come around to the things I didn't like in the episode. And it's kind of centered around one guy that this maybe is personal, but it's just really difficult for me to take David Schwimmer seriously playing Robert Kardashian. And I feel like some of the stuff that they're putting in there about his character and his family and some of the focus on the family is just pandering to a bigger audience that they feel wants to hear about these people. And it's just some of the themes or some of the saying, oh, we don't care, we're Kardashians, we don't care about fame, we care about people first. Making sure he's saying those things and the kids, yes, daddy, we agree with that. Or some of the interactions between him and Selma Blair, who's a really good actress, and she's showing a lot in that character, and then he's just sitting there like, no, you know me, we work on things. I can't find his performance it's just not captivating to me compared to everything else that's going on. It's just a really exceptional cast with some high-end acting work going on with Travolta and Courtney B. Vance and Sarah Paulson. They're all doing such great work, and not just them. A lot of the smaller parts, the bit actors that are in here for 1 second here, 1 second there, everyone's doing such an exceptional job. And then you get the Schwimmer, and he's so intent on keeping that same expression on his face because I think he's afraid to act badly. He's not acting at all, and he just looks like he's lobotomized the whole time. And I mean, I've seen Robert Kardashian. He kind of looked lobotomized through the whole case, so I get where he's going. I feel like they could have picked so many better actors, and seeing some of the focus that we're getting just on them and seeing some of the interactions between him and Salma Blair's character, and she's such a good actress, and seeing him try to perform with her, it's just... And then all the stuff with the kids continues to be an annoyance to me, and I don't think it's needed. I don't feel like we need to see them going out on Father's Day and at the beginning of the episode and giving his moral speech to them. So that stuff kind of bothers me. I kind of understand it, but... And ultimately, there was just so much good stuff going on in this episode. For me, the best episode of the season, and I've seen the next couple, and I feel like we're hitting the stride of the series, and these next couple of episodes are really awesome as the case builds up. We move at a really good pace, and we get into some stuff, more stuff that's familiar and more interesting new stuff. Thank you everybody for checking out this video. Please share your thoughts of this episode of The People vs. O.J. Simpson in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button. Join us next week for another episode, another review of The People vs. O.J. Simpson. If you have any questions, you can email me at igotissuesman@gmail.com, or you can always leave a voicemail at 781-990-8509. Thank you everybody. Talk to you next time.